So we're talking about how sex changes in long-term relationships.
I mean, I know the beginning and within,
Yes.
there's a change. So I don't know how it is now
there's
in
a
long
shift
term, there's a
somewhere.
shift.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, it's very performative and you're in your head a lot more.
Who said a woman is ready to have sex after 6 weeks? Essentially, after having a fucking child, 6 weeks later, you're really not ready to be having sex. Your uterus, you guys, your uterus is the size of a basketball almost. Like, it's so huge, yet it's supposed to look like the fist.
It's working to get
doesn't
there.
really, it's not back after 6 weeks.
Hi guys, welcome to our channel.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of on Over 25. Not off. Yeah?
On, off, with
Over 25. Welcome back. If it's your first time here, karibu sana. We are such a nice space to be in.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I think now we've gotten into the hang of shooting. We've gotten back to it. Thank you if you engaged with our last episode. And thank you for coming back. Yeah. So today we have a bit of a saucy episode lined up for you guys. We haven't done one of these in a while. So we're looking forward to it, I think. Actually, I think something you don't know about us is people on this panel here are generally a bit nervous when it comes to sexy time conversations, specifically the ones that are very personal. Right or wrong?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not easy to bear your sex soul on on the internet.
My mother watches this.
Yeah, people's moms watch. I was with Lonzi when her mom was like, "Yeah, I was watching the last episode." I was like, "Whoop."
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, today we are talking about sex and specifically how sex changes in a long-term relationship. If you do not know us much on this panel, I myself have been in a very long-term relationship, very compared to just, I guess, the panel here. I've been in a relationship for 12 years. Wow. So since just after uni.
Congratulations on your
our third
year anniversary in your marriage.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yes, I'm happily been partnered for 12 years. Wow. And we also have
for a long time.
We did an episode, how to keep a man. And you went with Shikie.
Well, yeah. I need to give a TED talk.
A man can't be kept if he doesn't want to be there.
That's very true.
So basically we've been out of uni for 12 years.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm
That is your takeout.
That's my takeout.
Yeah. We've been out here.
We just graduated. Like, then we watched a little bit and then, okay.
It's been a while. And also, Lonzi to my left is in a long-term relationship. Maybe you can tell us how long?
By the time this episode is out, I'll have been married 1 year, October 1st.
Oh, wow.
It's already a year. Fuck, time.
God, it's been a year since that wonderful wedding.
October 3rd, right?
First. Guys, it was all our wedding. We had such a good
And
time.
then I think dating, 4 years, going 5.
All right. And with a new member on the way.
But if I remember.
Yeah. So a lot of the points that you will hear here are kind of like from mine and Lonzi's experience.
You're going to ask Julia and I about our relationship?
I'm coming.
And then we've been abandoned.
Really? You're sitting outside the set.
You can't, because I'm so sure. And when you explain, I want to know what long term means to you and Lorna. What is long term? Because you said yours is very long term.
I feel like I've been in a long-term relationship for so long.
Mine doesn't feel so long compared to yours.
But at what point did you start to feel like it's a long-term relationship?
Like, maybe how I think about it is it's long-term, now going long-term because now it's marriage as well. So it's gonna be for the long run. Like it's a long run.
Oh yeah, so you're defining it because of the institution. I mean, a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's one of the angles I was thinking.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
I
I
think
started
that's
to. It makes sense, yeah. I think I started to feel the long-termness more around maybe the time I got pregnant, because we moved to a new step.
Yeah.
So I think similar to Lonzi, marriage. Yeah. For me, my baby came before the marriage. I think that's around when I started to feel,
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, you're in it for the long run.
yeah. So that was maybe around where you are, 5 years. 5 years. No, it was more than that, guys.
It was more than that.
Yeah, but long term.
Yeah.
Sitting to my right, Jules, do you want to tell people whether you are in a long-term
Wait,
relationship?
what? That was the question?
Do you want to
Mister,
say
you're my standard
anything about your
answer.
situation?
Define relationship. That's my standard answer.
That's a good one.
I mean, listen, me, as long as I am not married,
Yeah.
I am for the streets, and the streets are for me.
You are
Point blank, period.
period.
I mean, Kwani, so I can be snatched.
Yeah.
Somebody can snatch me by mistake. I might fall down and somebody will
fall
pick
into
me.
someone's life.
I might, you can't just be, just because you bought me flowers.
That does not a long-term relationship.
Yeah, and I believe in marriage, or yes, I believe in marriage, and I look forward to marriage.
Okay.
Long-term partnership in a marriage, I 100% subscribe to it.
All right.
And also, it's just easier, like when you die.
True,
For the
even
person who
just
you're
moving.
legally, maybe I don't agree with the government being in your life like that, but I subscribe to it. Yeah.
To the institution.
To the institution that is marriage.
Or lifetime partnership.
Yeah, like or like maybe the way Oprah and Stedman are.
Yes.
I subscribe to having one person.
Yeah.
But I still want to get married.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, and you're right. It makes the legalities of things a lot
things
easier.
a little bit. If somebody you've spent like 20 years with and then they can't make decisions when you're sick, or I don't think that should be the case. So yeah.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
What is your situation?
I thought you understand that answer.
Or what is your situation? What are your thoughts?
Next question.
We are talking about how sex changes in long-term relationships. So maybe we should start with, how is it in the beginning of a relationship? What are some of the things you guys remember? Because I'm a relic. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe, what an old artifact.
Yeah. Do you remember Relic Hunter? You just got
Yeah.
That's what it.
She used to collect hunt relics.
Relic Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd like my lovely friends here to tell me what is sex like in the beginning of a relationship? What are some of the things you would say sex in the beginning of a relationship is? It's that. It's this.
I mean, I know the beginning and within.
Yes.
There's a change. So I don't know how it is now in long term. There's a shift.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, it's very performative, and you're in your head a lot more. So it's performative in the sense that you know what's something that's interesting about sex? We don't go into sex asking people what they want and what they like. We assume, if I go to the bedroom with you, I assume that this is how sex is done, and you will like it, and you assume the same for me. So you do the thing. I'll go down on you. I'm gonna suck your dick. Maybe I'll lick your butthole. Whatever you guys do. There's a little yeah, but so it's performative.
Yeah.
It's about either showing, the arc of the back, making sure but then. I even remember there's a time I was like in the intimates, right? You get what I mean?
We get it.
And I had to just be like, listen, I'm probably not gonna come because I'm really in my head at the moment.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, it's okay, fine, let's just enjoy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, thank God, I'm so much older, I can communicate these things.
Yeah, amazing.
When I was young, I'm just there doing, woo, yes, so good. Oh my God, yeah. So you're like, bro, like, what time is it? What's coming? Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. And I think even sometimes you even miss out on the actual feeling nice because you're so in your head.
Yeah.
You're so in your head. And then even you said, you're not going to come.
Yeah.
And you know how hard it is. Like once you lose once you lose your
orgasm.
orgasm
Once
as
you
a,
lose it.
as a woman,
When the tingles start to go.
wait, you can grasp, but
Yeah.
you just
gone.
lose it.
Yeah, the mind is so sensitive. Anyway, for me anyway, like, let me
Mindset
tell
is
you.
everything.
Somebody can even just sneeze outside. I'm like,
Yeah. Yup.
You know
Yeah.
what you said about when you were younger, because if I were to describe the difference, it would be, what is the difference between relationships, the beginning of relationships in our 20s and the beginning of relationships in our 30s? Because in our 20s, I always say this, Julie and I went on a hunt to find our orgasms, and we succeeded. We read books, we read articles.
Yeah.
Back then was there Googles.
no, there was, babe, but we had to
information.
go to the cyber.
To the cyber, like we did research on
Yeah.
our orgasms, because we're like, what is this elusive thing?
Like the phone, by the time you go to, remember we used to use the
I
phone.
think
but
Google
then-
is like 21, 22 years old, am I?
No, we had Google, babe.
Okay.
But it was not like websites were not as mobile friendly, and even our phones, the speeds were slow. It wasn't like now where you're just like save, bookmark, copy, paste. Yeah.
Yeah. So in 20s, of course, you're hot-blooded.
Yeah.
I have had sex in vehicles,
Yeah.
public spaces.
Yeah.
You know, you're very hot, and you push the envelope.
Yep.
In your 30s, you know what's comfortable.
You want to
and
be
what will get you
comfortable.
there. You want to be comfortable, and
Yeah.
you know what will get you there.
Yeah.
Faster and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So I think in the beginning, in the 20s, very high energy, risky, dangerous.
Risky as fuck.
30s is more comfortable. You know what it is that you want, and
Yeah.
you know, I prefer bed or stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then both the things that you guys have said take me to our first 2 points of how sex changes in a long-term relationship. You know how you said you're having sex wherever? Yeah.
That changes.
Especially if you live together.
Yeah.
See, we just go home and
Why
why
are you
are
doing
you
this?
in court?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because we
when-
used to, like, I mean, I think I've done it in a car as well. And yeah.
What
What the hell?
didn't even talk about here?
Hata mimi nilishikwa.
Hata mimi nimeshikwa. Hata mimi nimeshikwa kwa
Bathroom.
club.
Doing what? You're trying to.
Sexing.
I know. I'm saying. I'm talking to that girl. I'm like, what are you doing? Disgusting.
You know how you said it's very performative in the beginning. I don't think performance goes away ever.
Oh, is it?
Like to some level. To some level, you still. I mean, personally, I know I still want to look cute. Yeah, but there's a lot more communication, and I think this can be used either in long-term relationships or even relationships in our 30s. I think a lot of these points are also valid for relationships as old as in our 30s. Guy, I was gonna say as older women. Lord, we're still young. Communication is better. Like as much as performance is there, if I'm not comfortable, I'm not comfortable. Like if there's like a cramp that's about to come, we can pause. Like you don't need to shikilia sana or
You can say, ow, stop, slow down.
Yeah.
There, you can. I mean, you're able
yes,
to.
you're able
Talk
to
about sex, communicate. Yeah.
without feeling like you're spoiling the flow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If I'm not really in the mood, I think it's easier to say.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is that an age thing though, or is it?
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of these
Oh,
things
okay. I get you.
can
I get
also-
you. It can be an
Yeah.
age thing and also the age of the relationship.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of these things actually are valid as sex in our, I don't know, sex in our 30s?
Yeah.
That's actually what we're discussing
We're
here.
discussing sex in our 30s.
Guys, we're discussing sex in our 30s, I
Interesting.
think. Yeah,
Interesting.
because even this one of public places, I don't know about you, but yeah, me, I'm not willing to be shikwad by a cop.
Yeah.
Security.
But maybe you're saying that maybe when you're in a new relationship and you're still in your 30s and you're making out somewhere, maybe when it's new, maybe
Yeah,
regardless of age, there's a
still more.
the risk thing is still
risk appetite.
is
a
still
bit
higher because you're like you can.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a bathroom, but like
like in a fancier place.
a fancier
than you have
place.
before.
Yeah, but then when you're in a long-term relationship, you're just like, man, let's just go home. I'm
guys.
just assuming.
Okay,
Because I feel like
okay.
the mahanjam at the beginning of a relationship is a lot.
Yeah.
Is a lot. There's so much excitement. There's so much sexual excitement.
It's just it's last.
Exactly.
There's
Well,
a lot
yeah,
of
it's
lust.
lust,
Yeah.
100%.
The
Yeah.
lust is still really there.
Yeah.
You can't wait for the next time you see each
Yeah.
other.
And you have a lot of it.
Yes.
It's,
Yes,
it's,
a lot
it's
of
a lot.
sex.
It's like
a
you're
lot of
it's,
it. Yeah.
it's like you're creating this bond through sex.
That's very true. That's very true. We're even
You're like, let's go on holiday. Okay, wow, how long have I known you? 2 months. Great.
This is great. This is great, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's even, was it Ivy? I think we're having a conversation about how the beginning of a relationship, you basically, oh, was it, I'm not sure. Beginning of a relationship, you're basically eating and having sex.
Eating and fucking. for
Yeah,
sure.
you're eating and fucking. And then repeat.
Yeah.
Eat, fuck, repeat. Yeah. So yes, you're right. The mahanjam, I guess, is still.
I think it's just higher at first.
Yeah.
Because there's fresh attraction, new conversations. It's just a
Yeah.
whirlwind of adventure. Like, so you're taken away also by the bedroom stuff.
That's very true. There's a world of stuff to know about this person.
Yeah. Definitely.
And you're eager to.
You're eager to
Yeah,
know
you're
and to
eager to,
tell,
yeah.
to show the person who you are as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, okay.
I would
okay.
think also that it gets more performative in a long-term relationship because you might need to inject some spice because the familiarity is so much.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how we like it. I would actually think in a longer-term relationship is where you throw on sexier lingerie.
Okay.
Is where you
All right.
You know,
yeah.
where you-
yeah.
hire a slave.
Yeah.
Hire a
But you
slave.
see, you do that because it's gotten boring.
Exactly.
Which
Which
is
brings
what
us the
happens,
next point.
yeah.
It gets monotonous.
Yeah, it gets monotonous.
Okay.
Like, for example, if you're into missionary, you'll do missionary all the time, and then those times where you're like, hey, it's getting boring in the bedroom, they're like, okay, let's try doggy today, or let me go buy some lingerie because nimezoea kuvaa t-shirt ya sengenge, So those days, it's not all the time, it's like when you're like, hey, we need to work harder.
So monotony specifically with the act.
Yeah.
What about monotony with the person? Seeing the same face, it's the same cock in you.
Same.
I think the same.
Damn.
But even the monotony that Lonzi is talking about maybe might sound very negative only,
Yeah.
but it's what's comfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe I put it
Yeah.
with the act. You have the positions that you both know work for you. You know the process that works for you.
Yeah.
Make out, touch the boob,
Yeah.
finger a little, penetration, There's
Yeah.
you
6
have
years later. Same one, it still works.
yeah.
No, this one is shayness.
Yeah,
Finger little penetration really has dead.
I'm like, damn, okay.
yeah. So it's just, I think it's more of, this is what works. You have the formula.
Okay.
So you apply the formula. But I think now you have to just be cognizant of the fact that you need to change it up.
Yeah. And in
Back a
fact, when
lingerie, hire your slave.
when the guy comes and says, or the chick is like, now they start coming and start trying new styles, is where you're like, Kwani, who's
You've
teaching
seen that,
you?
yet who has taught
Who
you?
are searching?
do
Why
know
are you
this style?
thinking like this? I think I've seen a lot of TikTok, those Reddit ones, where like a lot of guys come, like they start open marriages, because they're like, the guy comes and says, I'm not attracted to you anymore sexually, so they want to step out of the marriage. But then it always happens that as soon as the chick now also starts, the guy is like
Into it
he's
anymore.
not into it anymore. Like it's usually it's
That
very
would break my heart a little.
I know, but now they're like, I love him, let's try. But then as soon as you try, it's just destroys everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually listened to a podcast
never
about
do it.
that was similar to that.
Yeah.
It's the guy who wanted to open up the marriage, and then the lady, I mean, they had even set up the systems properly, the communications, everything, and she was just like, I guess I'll try, whatever.
Yeah.
He was going out on dates, they come back, he comes back, they talk about it, and then she was like, okay, let me just go ahead, and she started to prosper, like pay for prosperation, and the guy was dating was a bit dead. He was not getting as much action as he wanted. So it created a bit of tension in the marriage.
Oh my.
Yeah. It was a podcast I was listening to about navigating ethical non-monogamous relationships. And then now some couples who had previously been monogamous and now are trying the polyamorous lifestyle were talking about their experiences. I can't remember how it ended, but I remember her saying like, no, we must continue. And he's like, because he was ready to.
Got more into it.
Yeah, she got really, really into it. She's like, she's feeling.
Getting hotter guys, feeling younger, she's doing better.
Yeah.
Connecting with people on a
Yeah.
she didn't certain
Yeah.
connections.
It's
Whoa.
crazy.
That's nuts. Your sex life can change from what it was monogamous to polyamorous. It can actually completely change. It's not just styles and lingerie.
preference.
Whoa, your preference can actually change.
In
Wow.
long-term relationships.
In long-term relationships.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
I think I'd be open to it later. I would like to be very
Yeah.
secure emotionally in a relationship I'm in because
Yeah.
that's not something I've experienced. I don't have the experience of 12 years. I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to feel emotionally secure. I haven't had that experience. I've been dipped in and out of relationships.
Yeah.
Since I started dating essentially, otherwise I'd be in my long-term relationship.
Okay.
So I think once I experienced that and I'm like, oh wow, this is how it feels to be somebody long-term and to know that even though we're opening up the relationship, they
Still
do
feel
love me.
safe. Yeah.
They did love me or they do, like they love
Yeah.
me. I don't want to feel, you get what I mean?
I
So I
completely
would be
get
open
what you
to it
mean.
a little bit later.
Yeah.
But honestly, I need to be secure and I need to go for those courses for polyamory. How to deal with jealousy. How to deal
That would be
with
tough.
your ego being, childhood triggers, your insecurities being triggered. Maybe he's dating somebody who is, what can be a trigger? Somebody who is more successful than you, and that's a trigger for you because you're a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
Maybe he's dating a
I
girl
get
who
you.
has got a big booty, and you've always been insecure about your small booty.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you deal with that? So
And maybe you know he likes
Yeah.
big booties, but you don't have a big booty.
even sister says, I know you'd rather be laying up with a girl with a big booty. What did she say? That song. I know you'd rather
Yeah.
be laid up.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But I completely get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That feeling safe emotionally
Yeah.
actually allows you to, I guess, open up your mind a little.
Would you be open to polyamory?
Be vulnerable.
To be vulnerable. Okay, maybe not to that extent, but there are ways of thinking that I had many years ago in my relationship that have kind of shifted now, and I feel a bit easier. Like I'm a lot easier around things that used to sumbua me.
Okay.
Yeah. No need to go into specifics.
Listen,
So like these long-term relationships, these guys are having wild.
they're having
fucking
wild
sex.
Yes. Let me tell you, long-term monogamous relationships, they are lying that they are monogamous. All of them are lying.
Fuckers.
Either they are polyamorous and they are cheating magic, or one of them is cheating,
Somebody
or they are
stepping
cheating and they both don't know.
Or they are swinging.
Or they are
Or
swinging.
they're having slaves.
Or they're hiring.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I'm really like, what is this slave
I think.
thing?
I think you're trying to say something.
Oh my God, my friend went to Germany recently and they went to this festival. It was I guess a BDSM festival.
Yeah.
They were telling me it was wild.
It was
yeah.
nuts.
Me sign me up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me learn something new.
Hey,
Okay.
even listening to Sex Lives of African Women, I was just like, wow.
Women are sexual.
People's
That book
sex
is so
lives.
empowering.
I
oh my
loved
gosh,
it.
yeah. People,
I loved it.
we're told to act like we're just like this. And you wonder these people who are having sex with us, is it a ghost?
Who are they?
It's men.
They, yeah.
Come
That
on.
is so true. That is so true. Because listening to that book, I'm like, and then it's very women from different walks of life.
I know.
Muslim ladies who you'd think are conservative.
Yeah.
Those are them.
Yeah.
You are wildest.
Those are the wild ones.
Mashallah.
Covered up, but hey, you
My
don't know
friend,
what's inside there.
Lady in the streets. I'm telling you, perfect.
Yeah.
Freak in the
Freak in the sheets.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're having super wild sex.
Are you though?
Oh well, I'm having great sex.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes, I
and
am
12 years,
good,
I think, in
good.
comparison to like long-term relationships
Yeah.
is small. But I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
let
yeah.
you know, you were saying, I'm long-term in comparison to these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Babe, you're long-term.
Just generally.
People don't last that long, even in the modern day.
Yeah, I was even going to say for our age, I wasn't sure what to compare it to.
No,
Yeah.
even marriages, like, maybe in Kenya, marriages stay
Yeah.
long, yes,
Yeah.
but There's
But
a
even
lot
now
more
we're still
divorce
seeing-
now. We are seeing a lot of young people our
Yeah.
age getting divorced
In the
within
past
6 years.
2-3 years,
Yeah.
there's been a
Everyone
a lot
knows somebody
that-
who's
yes.
been divorced. I know at least 2-3 people who've divorced within 5 years of
Me
marriage.
too. Me too.
And I don't think my mom has that reference.
Yeah.
Had that reference at 34.
Yeah,
Stay
because as we know, you
the-
can leave. Like
Yeah.
your life won't fall up. Like you won't be excommunicated if you leave a bad marriage. Wow.
I'd say also in long-term relationships, like sex isn't that long. Like for example, like I think like when I was younger, you know, you would have, let's say, you'd have sex, then in the middle of the night you wake up. Like there's 4 rounds. By the time you're leaving this person's house, there's like a lot of sex
I think
that
because
has happened.
you have to cram in so much.
Yeah,
sex.
you have to cram in so much sex. Then now it's just like, you know, it's even sometimes almost scheduled. Yeah, you're
Actually,
like,
yes, that is another point that
Monday
you brought
at
up.
3,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know, Monday
There's a lot
after
more
work,
scheduling.
There's a lot more scheduling.
And you know what I learned when we're now discussing this episode? I thought the scheduling was from having kids, not so much the long-term relationship, because I got to learn about it, or rather, I became more aware of it when I spoke to a mutual friend of ours who is married with kids, and she was like, she knows I don't know if it was Tuesday or Thursday, every Tuesday or Thursday, like when she wakes up and she's planning her day, she knows at the end of this day, I'm gonna take off my clothes, I'm gonna look nice, and we are going to, you know, we're gonna fuck. Regardless of, I guess, what the day has to hold.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things in your
Yeah.
day that you have to do. And not to say that the scheduling takes away from the feeling nice or from the enjoyment. It doesn't. It just makes sure that sex also is a connection between two people. So it makes sure that you're having your your sexual
to.
Actually, yeah. Sexual intimacy is also still very important in a relationship. It's not everything, but it's
And I think the scheduling, what I would ask or what I would say is, because shorter term relationships, the foreplay is there. We're about to do it here. But if you've scheduled it, foreplay starts in the morning. So you know not to anger each other. You know to set your mindset
Especially
towards
as a
it.
woman.
Especially as a woman.
As a
if you know you're going to
woman.
fuck at Thursday, 6 p.m., you just make sure your day goes smoothly
that
and try
is
to
so
fit
true.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
true.
People think foreplay is like I say, eat me out. No. Foreplay starts in the morning.
Because if you schedule, that's why in the morning you're like, you start your sexy talk on the text in the morning. 'Cause but
You have to
also
stay
on the
in that
downside, sometimes you can have the worst day at work, and you're like, fuck, why did I promise to fuck this guy?
Why did I commit to
today?
this?
You know, but I guess that's marriage. You discussing, you're like, it's okay, baby, we can move it to tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, that's also another thing. It
Yeah.
can be like your partner can really want some, but your mindset is just Z, and you know it's not gonna be enjoyable. And I think any good partner doesn't want to have sex with someone who doesn't want to have sex with them. Yeah, so you just reschedule as well. You can also reschedule.
So basically, there's more scheduling in long-term relationships.
Yeah.
So you're saying so it's not the kids, it's what?
It's life, I guess. Me, I thought it was the kids.
Yeah.
But when,
So
when
Lorna,
Monty also mentioned it, I was like, oh.
what makes it now you schedule, whereas before you didn't? Because you don't have kids yet.
I don't know, I think I would say the spontaneity is not as much, because life, like Shiko is saying, people have stress at work. You know, like for the short-term relationships, for example, especially if you're not living with a guy, you're looking forward to Saturday.
Every time you meet.
Every time you meet,
Okay,
So
okay.
this time, first of all, you're living with someone the whole time.
You're
Mumekosana,
Talking about
talking about nyama,
maziwa.
who's buying milk.
So unsexy, man. Like,
Yeah,
Guys,
man.
so many
You've had
unsexy
them
couples.
poop or fat. Like it's just different, man.
Okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Another thing I can add about long term is
farting.
like
Lorna and I don't fart.
me, I don't fart.
So strange. Too many issues. Farting.
No, if you fart, you fart. Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Me, I don't fart.
Well, that doesn't.
Like, but what if it needs to come out? It's a one-way street, baby. I'll tell you what my friend.
Relationship is very easier to poop and fart.
Okay, but sometimes you shikilia. Maybe you've eaten bosho. You're like, today is not the day. Today is not the day, and
I'm not the one.
yeah, I'm not the one. I think there are times, like me. Let me tell you, I'm lactose intolerant. Okay.
Okay.
And
Is this something you have to tell your partners from the jump, guys?
no, because now I avoid dairy
Okay.
in general. But there are times I want to eat ice cream, I want to drink milkshake,
Yeah.
and we want to go like snow cream.
Snow cream
I don't know why
dates.
you refused. But yeah, but then so now at moments like that, now I take
Take
some
your-
lactate.
Yeah.
But before when I didn't know, hey, of course you have to do. Hey, you're like, can I just go home early? Today is not the day. Have I been in a situation where I really needed to nyamba and there was somebody there? I can't
So
remember.
funny.
No,
An
but
episode about it. One of our earlier episodes.
yeah.
You
You just have to hold. You have to just hold it, man. I mean, I think there's an accepted amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in a long-term relationship, guys. I have no idea. Me, I don't know. I have no reference
No reference.
at all. My relationships are always like short, sweet, or just non-existent.
So you've spent a lot of time in the honeymoon stage.
Yes, I haven't been in a. I mean, the longest relationship I had was 3 years, but it was very toxic. So there was so much confusion there. You can't even know when the honeymoon began and started because you fight, you make up, you fight, you make up. This was now that one of 21, 22. Then my most recent relationship was a year and 4 5 months, almost a year and a half. That's still honeymoon.
Yeah,
I feel
still can
like things
be.
were still
So still fresh.
cute and fresh. Yeah, it just didn't work out because it didn't work out, compatibility issues. But
Yeah.
I think we were still like in the, you give me the hots, you give me the
Butterflies.
still. Even if I see them to this, they'll probably feel like, I know why I was attracted to this.
Okay.
Yeah, it hasn't died. So I've never been in your position.
In this
Nah,
long term
never in
for
my life.
maziwa na nyama.
Was Lorna saying something?
Yeah.
Was Lorna saying
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying another, point would be just in long-term relationships, like the purpose of sex might change. So, for example, for me, getting pregnant, like it wasn't just about like as much as we were like, let's make a baby, it's still at the back of your head that you're trying to get a baby.
Yeah.
So for me, I would say I'm lucky it happened, but can you imagine for the guys who you keep trying, and it takes away from it's just one of the most difficult things I think a couple can face. Because now
It is.
can you imagine you're trying to have a baby and you can't?
Yeah.
And so like the purpose of sex has changed. So even as much as you're trying to make it sexy, you're still there looking at ovulation. I'm ovulating right now. Taking ovulation tests, taking medicine, checking if you're pregnant. If you're not, you have to go back and try again.
Yeah.
And
Your
it
period
takes
comes.
years for some people. Like I remember for me, my first time when I was trying, but I was like, we're still married. Let's have fun. But we had already said and planned and said, after wedding, let's try and see. But you see, even when my period came that first time, I was like, shit, I felt something.
Yeah.
And
It affects you.
you already immediately start thinking, what's wrong with me?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And now I was just, it happened the second month, but what if it didn't? You're still there like, fuck.
And you had sex when you were ovulating?
I don't know.
you don't know.
You're just
hadn't planned, but you
considering
can see
sex.
now where you start thinking.
Yeah,
like 3
yeah.
months, 4 months into it, you're like,
Yeah.
shit, you start checking your app.
Yeah.
I'm ovulating right now, let's have sex. Now
Right.
it becomes, you're actually actively scheduling sex.
Yeah. And you go into it, I feel, even in my experience, a bit anxious.
Yeah.
Because in your mind, you're just thinking about the end goal. And then even just what Lonzi has said, is there something wrong with me? You start wondering, that one time the guy now told you had a cyst. Could that make you not get pregnant? Yeah, I think it can put a strain on your sex life for sure.
It can.
Especially
And I think it's even made me think. Yeah, it's even made me think maybe the purpose of sex always shouldn't be pleasure. There's other reasons, maybe and not only in long term, short term, just in general. Sometimes it's not even about pleasure. Maybe I don't know. Like, what are the reasons for sex? It can be transactional. It can be, and by transactional I mean like your partner wants to have sex. You don't really feel like, but you're doing it for them.
Oh, for sure, babe.
Me, it
That's
has
one of the things
happened
we
where I'm
discussed.
like, this person is so horny. Now I'm just tired of this conversation of blue balls.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Yeah, and it's not even kobaya. It's sometimes it's even just my body just doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
But I can clearly see yours. Well, yours really
Ready.
feels like it. You're ready.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing something I don't know that to call it an act of service. It's like you're doing something for your partner.
For your partner.
Yeah, and this is not to say like you go there and you're upset.
No.
No. It's just, I probably would rather be doing something else.
Yeah.
But I see that you need this right now. So yeah. So that's actually another thing
So
that
not
changes.
all sex needs to be sexy.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like
As long as it's consensual.
it just needs to be consensual.
Yeah.
Even just like we were saying, back to pregnancy in long term.
Yeah.
Depending on the kind of
of
pregnancy you're
pregnancy.
having, your hormones, like you probably don't. Sometimes you don't want to be touched. Most of the time, like for me, this pregnancy, especially this third trimester, I'm like, please let me just
touch
And
me.
can you imagine if you don't have a partner who understands, or like. Even me, even if they understand, like sometimes I'm like, babe, let me just sort you out.
Yeah,
you know?
you feel bad.
Let me just sort you out. It's okay then if I'm not,
Yeah.
I'll sort you out, and you do it because I guess you just want to help your partner.
Yeah.
You love
Find it
them and
kidogo.
you're like, it's okay,
You want them
babe.
to be happy.
I'll bend over for you today.
It's
But
just
you're
a quick
just
few minutes.
I'm not really feeling it, but I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Wow, just goes to show how important and how integral sex is in a relationship.
Very true.
I wonder, do partners go through that? Do men go through that? Where,
I really wonder.
but you see, if they can't get it out, they can't get it out.
Yeah,
You're there as the woman. You're like, oh, I have to perform this duty. You've actually called it an act of service, which to me is just like, what message are we propagating? Is a
but
man
in a positive way.
in a positive way,
Yeah,
and
as
of
a
course,
love,
blah,
you
blah,
get
blah,
it.
blah. But would a man be like, okay, let me just wank for a little bit, get hard, perform? Because as we've learned here, women are very sexual. And sometimes in relationships, the woman has more drive than the man.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
either-
And we don't
do
hear much
men go-
about
I wish.
that.
Can men tell us? Do you go through this where the woman wants? It's her who has her blue balls.
Yeah.
You're not in the mood.
Yeah.
Whatever,
But
but
you
you
rally.
perform
You
this
have to
act
rally.
of service
Yeah,
for
they
your
must.
partner.
Oh, I would love to know.
I would love to know.
Interesting.
There's a man here.
I'm sure there's an angle.
Does he talk about this thing?
we have a man on set.
We have a man on set. For the first time in what, 2 years?
I'm so curious.
We're always a full woman set. He'll let us know. But yes, also in the comment section, I think we'd love to know.
Please do let us know.
So share, I know there's a lot of women in our audience.
Yeah.
Share this with your male counterparts. Tell them to go to minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Answer the question in the comment section. Yeah.
I'm so curious because even on podcasts that I've listened to, there are so many conversations about how a man's sex drive is higher in a relationship, and it causes tension because he wants, she doesn't want. There's a couple that I listened to who've been together for quite a while, and we've talked about that, like how the lady's sex drive is a lot lower than his. So sometimes like he just goes and sorts himself out, just has some quiet time.
I feel sad because
sort himself
compatibility in
out.
a relationship is also not
Exactly.
only
But now how
intellectual
she'll
but
say,
also physical.
yes, she said how she's dealt with that is what we are talking about. Sometimes she will just rally for him, yeah, and she's okay with that because her drive is what it is.
Forever and ever. Because
Yeah,
sometimes in a
it is what
relationship,
it is.
drive will go down. The way Lorna said.
Exactly, depending on your
Depending on your
situation.
situation, your
the
drive
man might
can-
be stressed out,
Yeah.
his drive will go down, but you're still at your, it can
You
change.
can go out and buy him that Glock 3000.
That flower thing.
You see that
I've been seeing it on my IG.
Never letting my husband own
Yes,
that thing.
Amber Rose is one I've been
I
seeing.
would never give my husband that thing. Like, please.
That's not a good gift.
No.
Use your hand.
This is so funny. That's double standards. Yet we want the
Us want
roses.
all the toys. Yeah.
So funny.
Another thing I think probably shifts or changes is your self-consciousness. I remember being very self-conscious at the beginning of my relationship in terms of how you look. You're grooming. I still like to be well groomed, but it's not a. You're grooming. You're.
By grooming, we mean hair on the vulva.
Yeah.
Which is also a social construct, but anyway, yeah.
Depending on
Your
what
preference.
you're into. Yeah.
But it's better smooth. I agree. It's better smooth. I've been waxing.
Depending on your preference. But like now, or even your underwear, like I really was for matching undies quite a bit. Now not so much. Like I still want to look put together, but I think I'm less self-conscious, and even body conscious a little bit. But I'll say that with a caveat. After babies, fourth trimester is a whole other monster on its own. It has, at least for me, that it has nothing to do with the longevity of the relationship, how comfortable your partner makes you feel. Your body is different. So, yeah.
You feel like you're back to square one with being self-conscious after a baby.
And with both babies, even the second time around.
Wow.
Even the second time around, it was, in fact, I think it was worse. Yeah.
Why? Because the
yeah.
boobs are just all over the place, or what?
Yeah, the stomach.
Even a
the
bit
stomach.
before, because like even like today, I sent the like cute pics of me, and then he didn't say anything, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh man.
You didn't even tell me I look cute, but like he was responding, but I responded before him, and I was like, I thought you were gonna, but yeah, you just don't feel sexy. And I can imagine after. Ooh.
Yeah.
We
So
don't talk about the trauma, the mental trauma, even your body. You have a scar in your uterus.
even the physical
You
trauma.
have trauma, physical, thank you. You have
Yeah.
physical, you have trauma from childbirth, but
Yeah.
you can't, it's not the
No.
same. Yeah?
Remember even that post, I don't know if it was on our IG group, someone had shared the only surgery that cuts through 7 layers of your body and you're expected in 6 hours to be taking care of a whole new human is a C-section. Yeah, it's a CS, which is nuts.
And it's a fucking serious surgery, but
It is.
people
Like
don't
your
make it
guts are open. But you're still expected to
just
recover
there.
and
Yeah.
fit.
Motherhood. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I think, but I mean, away from pregnancy and post-pregnancy, I feel a lot more comfortable with my body around my partner now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hear like even how our other mothers in the group were saying, like you snap back, like you never snap back. Your body is totally different. Don't ever think that you will go back to who you are.
Who you were.
You're just a new version of
I
you,
remember that.
like body-wise.
Yeah.
And I kept wondering, you guys need to elaborate on that because,
Yeah, I
you know,
remember you
but
asking.
as I draw closer, I'm starting to see how. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my down there will never be the same. My uterus will never, I don't know, does it ever go
So
back?
then, if every human being who has come onto this planet has caused that to the mother that has carried them,
Yeah.
why the fuck is there so much pressure?
Yeah.
No, not why have kids.
Okay.
Why the fuck is there so much pressure
Yeah.
to go back to what you were if it's very difficult or you have to go through some sort of surgery? Why is there so much pressure if literally everybody who's come out, you're here and you left something, you scarred something, you know what I mean?
But,
It doesn't make
but also
sense.
remember, as we all know this, like the Watus, but then you will see Kim
Kim
Kardashian
Kardashian.
coming out looking better than she did before.
Yeah, and I love Beyonce with all my heart. I will never talk ill of Beyonce. But how does she look the way she did so quickly after having twins?
Yeah.
And remember how big her belly was? Remember she was sitting
Yeah.
upside down at the, when she had the, I don't know if it was the Met, I don't know where she was performing.
Yeah, that's, yes. I
Yeah,
remember.
where she had
That
the
round
mother, Mary Mother
Yeah,
halo.
yeah.
And then, okay, so she went, kidogo, she came back with, Coachella is when she came back.
Yeah.
That's the only time I remember seeing we were not seeing her belly.
Yeah, and
she had a
like
crop.
and she had a small mum
Did she?
Small mum tum. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Me, I remember seeing her. She had a crop top,
Yes.
but then she had the underneath. She had a bodysuit underneath.
Yes.
Beyonce would always show a bit of skin, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
she's gorgeous. She has a beautiful body. But then I don't know. Actually, does she show her belly? Well, I know she lost a lot of weight. She went. You see her going through this very rigorous diet
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
BTS of. I don't know if it was Coachella or what, where she
One of
calls
those shows of
Jay-Z
hers.
and she's like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah.
Like, it fits. The outfit, her measurements are back to what they were. Anyway, but yeah, so I think, I don't know. I don't understand why the pressure is so much. So
Yeah.
I understand why some people got upset, for example, when Adele lost all this weight. And
Like they couldn't relate anymore.
not even relating per se, but then you're now showing that we're as caviar women, plus size women, we're not it. You can have all the talent in the world, but you're still not there yet because you're you know.
Yeah.
For somebody like Lizzo, I know it's a whole other conversation. I really just applaud women who show up like Kelly Clarkson. She's like, this is who I am. I'm doing my show like this, and she still is one of the greatest vocalists of my time. I
would not understand why anyone would get upset by Adele deciding to take a different shift in her journey.
And
because she represented a lot of curvier women, so people who now when she went and became the standard of beauty, that the plus size, what is it called? What's this movement for? Body positivity. Some of them were like, they miss.
It's like she sold out.
It's like she sold out, kind of thing. So I get where they were coming from. Adele came and said she did it for herself. She did it for her own health, whatever her reasons. In fact, she does not need to explain. If you want to lose weight, lose weight. But you see, my identity, you empowered me with your as a curvy woman. You empowered me. And then you went and lost weight and just now your identity
became the standard.
I did
sign up to be your role model. Or to be the one who empowers you.
I remember that.
I didn't sign up for this.
I remember that.
Even Nikki said, I don't know, if your kids are looking up to me, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I feel like that's entitlement from the audience. It's none of our business.
It's the entitlement that, I mean, we even as we experience on a very, very, very small scale, it's that entitlement that people have to your life when you put yourself out there, I guess. I think it's one of those things.
Anyway, and just back to, since we were talking about I was even just seeing on TikTok. Sorry, I'm always referring to TikTok. It's my school.
Take a shot every time you want to refer to TikTok.
But who said a woman is ready to have sex after 6 weeks of... You see, all these things are just things that have trickled down from mostly actually men in in the hospitals, the big doctors. Essentially, after having a fucking child, 6 weeks later, you're really not ready to be having sex. Your uterus, you guys, your uterus is the size of a basketball almost. It's so huge, yet it's supposed to look like the fist. It doesn't really, it's not back after 6 weeks. Yet you're telling the men that what you're selling is now you can ask your wife for sex after 6 weeks.
And on top of that, even as the
not right.
As the women, there's a sense of pressure that you feel as the 6 weeks are approaching. The first time around, because in your mind, the man's goal is to get to the 6 weeks. It's like 6 weeks. There's TikToks and reels about it. When she gets to 6 weeks, and then the guy is guys are so happy, So there's also some sort of pressure that is on you as a woman to be ready, whether you're ready or not.
I can say conclusively for a fact, 6 weeks is so little.
6 weeks is
12
nothing.
weeks is little. 30 weeks is little. It's really, because it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing.
And there's so much happening in your brain at that time.
And again, people are different.
That
took a while.
I
don't think I want to say that here, but a while.
Months, years.
I don't think I want to say that here.
You don't want to say that there?
But a while.
I can say. First time around, when I remember being properly comfortable and enjoying, actually not comfortable, enjoying without having to really psych myself up, I think was close to 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Close to 3 years before.
You were psyching yourself up. Because you had to get into okay, we're doing this.
I got back into the rhythm of things. I was fine. I wasn't suffering. I wasn't sad. I wasn't crying. But now when I was like, oh my God, I'm even the one who's yearning for it. Initiating, I think was maybe 3 years.
Oh, wow.
That's the first one.
That's the first one. Okay. That's the first
and the
time
second one, is it longer or shorter?
I think maybe it was a bit shorter, but still, it's a rough adjustment. It's a rough adjustment.
It's crazy. And I swear that's why even some people you see, I have at 3 under 3. It's because you're 6 weeks, your guy is like, look, it's time.
Many people get pregnant.
You haven't even gotten time to get on a birth control thing. And you're already pregnant.
Breastfeeding is not the birth control you want to use, guys. Very many women end up with Irish twins because of using breastfeeding as a contraceptive. Personally, my doctor, they were refusing me to leave at my 6-week appointment. They're like, sis, these are your options for contraception. Tell us what you want. You can take a minute, but choose one. We have everything ready for you here. Yeah. Don't need to leave with something.
I have a question for long-term relationships and sex. Consent, or is it something that stays the same? And consent from the point of, we always talk about consent from the point of the man asking the woman, but we never talk about consent from the woman asking the man. Does that change in any way?
On buying.
Is it on buying?
Well, okay, that's a bad term, but you know what I'm saying?
What did Julia call us and said that time when we were with a man talking, the English was English, you know? Nyangareka's, on buying is the Nyangareka version.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because, I mean, we always hear about things like might or rape and that. Like, how does...
Wow.
Does it change or does it stay the same? Or... Have you actually found yourself asking your man?
Good question.
I don't think I've actually
Are you comfortable with this, dear man? Or you just...
May I just show up?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've even ever really thought about it.
Food for thought. I think we have to have serious conversations around consent.
I agree.
And really defining those lines, because they can
get
really blurry really quickly.
Especially like in a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Where there's the expectation that we will be having sex, but
I know somebody who was constantly raped in their marriage. They're divorced, and this was a young couple.
Oh my God.
And she would say, I don't want to, but he would still go ahead, and it happened all the time. Wow. And she knew it was rape, but she still asked me, do you really think it's rape? Can you imagine? And I'm like, yes. Yet she knows. She's she's switched on, she's educated, she's upwardly mobile, all those things, she has a good job. And she was like, but is it really rape?
And
she's still asking me.
And her question was from the premise that they're
married. And it's at night. It used to happen at night when he only, it was at night. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say. But it was at night and they're in bed and, and he'd still like go in and she's like, man, see, chill, I don't want to, like, or whatever.
It's already happening by then.
And then she'll, at ITK, she'll concede. Then she's like, see, but I agreed eventually, so is it sex? Is it rape? But I'm like, you didn't agree.
She was coerced.
You were coerced. Yeah.
That's coercion.
So as I'm saying, these conversations around, I'd love to have a conversation here with maybe an expert on the lines around consent. And it's also good so that we can empower young people. People who are just turned 18, they started going out, they started drinking. Alcohol also, there's an issue around that with consent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be dope.
That would be dope. That would save them a lot of weird situations that we may have known of or have seen or experienced when we're in uni.
Yeah.
I mean, shady shit happened when we were in uni.
Really did, and you look back and you're like,
like
that
wow,
was rape.
That was rape.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I even have an example.
There's a lot of shady shit that happened.
That's true.
Yeah.
We need to have a topic.
A conversation around consent.
That is a great conversation to
Leave
have.
a thumbs up in the comment section if you think we need to talk about this. And if you actually know somebody who can guide us with the conversation, suggest them in the comment section. I think it would be great to talk about this. Yeah.
I think this topic has had many legs. I don't know. It has been sex. But many things around sex. But it has been such a good conversation. I don't think I have anything else to add.
No, not me.
Yeah. Gosh, I feel like we've ended on such a note.
The
consent.
Put up for hire, let me know.
Hey! Get Ivy as slave. A consensual slave.
So are you talking about dominatrix?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She wants a sub, she wants to be the dom.
She wants to be the dom. Yeah. She wants to be the dom. Yeah, I'm saying consensual because slave atajileta the slave. So it's consensual.
Yeah. I'm sure these things are there. In fact,
of course.
Yeah.
They must be so.
Yes.
Put your hand up if you want to be a slave.
I'm looking forward to what intimacy feels like in a relationship once it's long term.
Yeah.
Can
I even say something? Just around intimacy in a long term relationship, I've realized over time, this is around physical intimacy, not sex itself, but physical touch I've found, I think both of us have found, like on days when I'm feeling low, like if we hold each other for a bit,
That's what
it does
it something.
stuff.
The oxytocin starts to
Me,
flow.
that was so shocking for me. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, am I actually feeling better?
Yeah.
Did his hug fix me?
Yeah, and that's why I remember this podcast. I'm always referring to podcast.
Yeah, you
and TikTok. There's this podcast I was listening to where this guy, did I talk about this here? Anyway, there's this guy who was saying how his mom, when he moved to a new city, his mom was like, because he was single and new city, whatever. His mom his mom called him. So it was an episode around physical touch, and the mom called and told him, "Can you go for a massage? Go for a massage, or did we go for what? Because you're alone and you've been single for a year. No one has touched you, no one has hugged you." Because he was like, yeah. Anyway, so the mom was like, "Go get a massage, because that pressure, that physical touch, it actually does something to the watch system." Yeah, so hugs are important, and long hugs from partners. I look forward to that kind of vulnerability. Although me, I get vulnerable real quick. That's why I can never date somebody who has walls up. Yuck, that is gone. So I can, is it my job to go and am I a minor? No, I got a degree in school to do a different kind of job. You're going to break your walls, and then you go and build another one.
They call them swa. I feel like it would be more relief.
Nini, Moshi.
Moshi?
See, Moshi is a what? A builder or a miner?
Someone who deals with
Mawe is a Moshi.
Mason.
Yes.
And in swa?
Yes, so Mason is Moshi. Seremala is a wood carpenter.
You're just embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, Moshi is a fundi for stones.
Moshi is smoke.
Yes, I'm going to. What do we call them? Moshi. Let me do English. Mason in Kiswahili. Mason English Kiswahili Kiswahili translation.
When you can't even breathe.
Me nilipita Kiswahili, although I barely speak it.
I didn't do very well.
Wait. Mwashi. Oh.
Yes, Mwashi.
I was close. Moshi.
You were close. You were. I was like, what did
Mwashi.
you say?
Yeah. Actually, are you happy with that note that we have ended on?
We can leave it before we talk about deep dark things. Thank you so much if you have stayed with us until this point. If you have not subscribed, please remember to do so right here, and it is free. If you like this episode, give us a thumbs up. We'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Short-term relationships, long-term relationships, sex, everything. Yeah, and share with a friend. Yeah? Yeah. All right.
See you guys here next time.
Bye.
Okay.
Over 25, subscribe.